What's up, everybody? Day 4 of my Driving with Kindness challenge. If you're new to this challenge, go back to day 1 and see why I'm actually doing this. It's a metaphor for how we can kind of make the world a better place instead of just sitting back on social media and just trying to make ourselves feel a little better in a moment and not really getting anything done. But you're driving along, somebody cuts you off. What happens next? Do you get angry? Most of us do. Or some of us don't even recognize that somebody's cut us off. Props to you guys. I'm part of the former. I tend to get pretty angry at that person. How dare you? And I start to have a little bit of a stream of consciousness, if you will, of 4-letter words that come out of my mouth. Now, this is actually a recipe for human emotion that happens. Anger, as we say in the psychological field, is actually never really a primary emotion. It's always kind of covering some surface stuff up a little bit. So let me go through the formula for you guys. We're doing something or being. Something happens to us or around us. And then before step 3, which is the anger, there's a couple steps that happen in between them. Usually what happens is there's some level of pain. We sense it as a near loss of life. We sense it as a massive disrespect or disregard for us as a human being. We sense a big loss of control, so we feel a lot of anxiety around it as well. We can feel a lot of fear, like, oh my God, what happened? If you've ever really been cut off pretty bad, a near accident, or even worse, if you've been in an accident, you know that that's that kind of shaking sensation that happens as well. But immediately, anger comes to the rescue as a psychological self-defense to cover all that up. And, you asshole! What's wrong with you? Can't you see I was here? Signal next time, right? These are all things that I've said many, many, many times. So the awareness of that is really important. Go through that scenario a couple times in your head when you're driving today or tomorrow or even just as you're meditating and kind of notice that that stuff happens. That's it. I just wanted to point out this ritual that we can kind of go through sometimes without even knowing it. It's part of our biology, and the sign of a wise human being is somebody that's aware of it and starts working on it. Okay? So my driving challenge to you guys still exists. Try and signal every single turn that you possibly can to communicate with other drivers. It's how we say I love you. And in general, just breathe more, be a kinder human being, let people in front of you if they look like they need to change lanes. And in general, if somebody does something that kind of gets you that angry feeling first, ask yourself the question first, why am I actually angry? What was the reason I got into this? Okay, sneak preview for tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys later.